Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week where I know we say it's a cliche thing at Rangers where every week is big, but this is absolutely massive this week. We've got the Champions League hanging in the balance tomorrow against PSV, obviously tied for the previous leg at Ibrox. You've got the Old Firm game coming up on Sunday, and you've got the end of the transfer window, which again, if we maybe don't do more business, could again affect the way we kind of this season will align for us. So, plenty to talk about. Obviously, there's been an outgoing as well that we can cover. I know Lewis was very vocal about the player in previous weeks, so it's sad to see him go, but we'll talk about him as well. And another rumour that's came up and seemingly won't go away. But until then, if you'd like, subscribe and share, be very much appreciated. So first off, we'll go on to Ross County, obviously at the weekend there. PSV was a big game, obviously, last week. We'll touch on that when we get to talking about that at the end of the episode. But team put a lot into that. PSV obviously clearly a top side, and then to come to Ross County and do those 3.5 hour journey up there, and then obviously the same back. It's a lot for the players, especially lunchtime on a Saturday as well. The team that played is there. A couple of changes. Obviously, Kemar Roofe coming in for a start, and you just knew as soon as you seen him starting, he was scoring. Same back five, Cantwell, Raskin, obviously. Lundstram came in, which deserved. I thought he'd done really well against PSV when he came on. Played quite well here again as well. So you never know. Lundstram could be turning a corner. You hope so, because you've sort of kind of seen what player he's like. And Sam Lammers came in as well. What was your thoughts on this game? It was kind of all but done in the space of about 20 minutes.
Which was good, which was positive. That's what we want. I was hoping to see obviously more goals. Fantastic goal for Tavernier. Kemar Roofe's one. I didn't honestly first glance I thought that's went out, and then obviously it's gone in. Great goal for him. Good to see him back on the field and getting some minutes. Obviously Tom Lawrence as well. Great to see him coming back in. First half I thought was positive. Second half was a bit of a snooze fest. Chances with Tondo. Had a couple of chances. Should have squared it to Sima, but obviously put it wide. He went for the glory instead of the team effort. But you can respect it. The boy's on fire at the moment. Obviously, with Champions League, we'll get on to it. But Lundstram, he did well. I must say, he did well. And as I say, it was good to see us just look to kill the game early. I thought we played decent. And then obviously second half, it just felt like it was
Just
job
waiting
done.
for the
Really.
game to end, really.
Just waiting for it to end. And it would have been nice for Matondo to get a goal, and obviously because we're all rooting for him at the moment in time. But it was good to, as I say, to see the players that really came back from injury affect the game and came in.
Nah, obviously she came out with. I didn't expect him to start, to be quite honest with you, but I think none of the strikers that we bought really have stuck a claim to kind of start there. So Kemar Roofe coming in and scoring straight away. He's proven a point. He's proven. I think all he is know. Me and you know we love Kemar Roofe. You've loved him at Leeds. He's a guy
Oh,
who, when fit, he'll score goals. It's simple as that. You see the one he scores at the weekend. It's scrappy. It's whatever. That's the goals he gets, and it gets you a bit of breathing room to then go and impose yourself on Ross County. So I was happy with his general game as well. I thought his link-up play was nice. I thought the front three actually worked quite well in the first half. And I just happy to see him back in the pitch, hopefully for the full season.
hopefully for the full season, it would be nice for to get a full fit Kemar Roofe, but I know that won't happen. Sadly, he'll be fit maybe for hopefully going forward. But and then so those nicks and nogs are going to take effect on him. One thing I do want to talk about, I love my boy Raskin, but let's stop with the fancies for time to time. There was one or two, I think, when we were going on the attack and he's trying to back heel. I'm like, bro, let's just play the game. And I noticed they did the same as well. Obviously, we'll talk about Europe as well, but it was nice to see, as I say, see Kemar Roofe back and on the goal sheet, which is good. Celebration wise as well, let's get more of these celebrations. And I know Messi was doing the Marvel ones because he was watching the Marvel films. So let's get more.
Aye. And then just to quickly run through the team for us as well. Obviously, Butland again, another brilliant performance, really safe. Every single thing at Ross County throw, he's there and you feel confident with him. Tavernier and Barisic, obviously, kind of what expected for them. Tavernier with a stunner. Goldson, Suter was my man of the match personally. I thought Suter was brilliant. Suter just continues to impress me every time he's on the pitch, and it's very clear now why we went and got that deal done when we did. It was good to see him fit. Cantwell maybe a bit quieter, to be honest with you. Didn't
Aye,
really affect the game.
I've didn't really. I know something we'll probably talk about with the European game. I need to start seeing goals and assists, bro. I need to start seeing them. I don't. I like the Instagram posts and all that kind of stuff, but I need to see. I need to see the goals and assists because that's why you were brought here for me personally. Top player. Just maybe an off day. Hopefully be back on it, but just I didn't look his best.
Nah, and then obviously the two in front, Cyril Dessers had a couple. I thought again he does a lot of work in the leading the line. He chases. He's got that presence ahead. I still think he's got a lot to go though to really impress everybody. He needs to get goals. A perfect occasion to do it tomorrow night if he gets an odd. Sam Lammers was unlucky with one just near the end of the half to go 3 up. Aye, they're two players for me. Obviously, still very early in their career here. Still, obviously, waiting to see what both of them can really do. But it was job done at the weekend. You get 3 points, and then obviously that's made better by the result that you see on Sunday, and you've got a real important victory. No matter how you get it, you've got the 3 points, and you can go and take that on. So it was nice to see that. And then obviously on the Sunday, we were greeted by Yanis Hadji leaving the club. It kind of obviously came out of nowhere in a way, but Michael B was quizzed on it at the press conference. Maccabi Tel Aviv were in for him. He rubbished those rumours, and then the next day, Yanis Hadji's in Spain signing for Alaves. So good move for Hadji. Personally, I wish he was still at the club because I feel like he's a real attacking threat that could help us. But he's obviously want to go out and play games. He's not want to come off a year injury and be a bit part player. He wants to go and really impose himself this season, and what a league to go and do it in, La Liga, playing with some good players, playing against some great teams. I think they get beat the other night, 1-0. Hitafe, I think they were playing. I don't think Hadji got on the pitch at all, but aye, good move for him. Obviously, loan was a bit of a surprise for me. But I think the thinking behind this one is he goes out on loan, comes back. He's either going to be an even better player or a more sellable asset for us in the future. So for me, all the best to Yanis Hadji over the season.
Sadai, no, all the best. You know, I mean, as you said just there, he didn't want to be a bit part player. He wanted minutes. He wanted to play, and obviously, if an injury coming back like that one, it's you don't want to be sitting on the bench, mate. You don't want to be sitting there and just collecting a paycheck, playing like the 25 minutes. I like that he wants to go out and prove himself in a very tough league for him to obviously go out there and prove himself. Hot weather, hot situations to get himself in there. Bellingham tearing it up right now. Seems like he's going to go on the league unbeaten himself, dragging Real Madrid to a title. No, but I'm happy for him. Get him in it, get himself a move away, and obviously, as you say, it could be a sellable option or come back and be an even better player.
Well, I'm just seeing on Twitter there, just before we talk about Hadji again, Alfredo Morelos is apparently signing with Fenerbahce, so he's going to be linked up with Ryan Kent again. Just seen that on Twitter there. I just thought I'd bring that up quite briefly, but I will need to see how that one goes. Hadji, I'm looking forward to see how he does over in La Liga. Obviously, he's going to test himself. This is the level he'll want to go and play at as well. Just kind of makes me sad knowing that I think we could have played him in a different role this season and he could have contributed, but
no, he definitely could have contributed, mate. He definitely has so much to offer. It's just as I said to you, I know it's people are split on him, but you can't tell me the guy's not got any offer. And that I know everyone goes on about Braga was this many long ago. It doesn't matter to me. Do you know what I mean? I still think he's a quality player, and at the end of the day, we still offer the club a lot. I hope he goes away. I hope he gets his minutes. So surely you're not sending him away on loan to sit on the bench. It's got to be he starts majority of the league games for me. It's got to be a deal where he's playing football. And if, as I say, if he comes back and he's teared it up, he's done well. Definitely somebody that you've got to be looking at for the team next season, or as you say, potentially a selling option. Maybe who knows? Might get a bigger move in La Liga. Might impress somewhere else. But as you say, all the best to the boy. And all those t-shirt sales, Jack, that's what I was really thinking about. All the women that would have bought the tops, now it's gone because, the sales would have been through the roof. I'd have had them plastered on the posters. Yanis Hadji just holding the top, shirtless, holding the top. That's what we would have done.
I know, but aye. So sorry?
Morelos to Fenerbahce, but
apparently, again, I'll need to, after we're done, I'll need to go and see what that's all about on Twitter, but I just saw a couple of posts about it.
happy to see him get a club, but
Play
Fenerbahce.
McKent again is just fucking
No,
wild.
it's yeah, linking up with the Bro. Do you know what I mean? It'd have been nice to see him in the La Liga or a different league, but aye,
I wanted to
Fenerbahce.
see about that one, but aye, Haji, all the best. And then the rumor that won't seem to go away is Harry
Up the
Souttar.
road, big man. Up
Harry
the road.
Souttar would obviously come in looking like a loan deal if he did. Reading on sort of Heart and Hand and their updates that they've posted daily. Apparently, Leicester are willing to send this guy on loan to us if they don't receive a fee for him before obviously the transfer window shuts on Friday. So, bearing any probably last minute things, I would like to expect Harry Souttar would hopefully be up the road playing with John Souttar. And it gives us, I think, this debate's kind of went on the past couple of days on Twitter. Do we need another defender or do we need another attacker? I'd like to say we need both personally. Obviously, depending on what tomorrow's result is, it will give us a lot more finances to work with. But I think Harry Souttar it makes so much sense to bring in a guy who's obviously down the pecking order. He was bought for a massive fee, had a great World Cup, still young. His brother plays with us at the same position. Obviously, he's grew up a Rangers fan and he's homegrown as well. That's kind of one of the biggest things for me, looking at our squad and looking at the Scottish talent that's kind of out there. It's not really going to make our first 11. Obviously, if he comes in, he'll mark that box. So there's a lot of positives around Harry Souttar. I kind of just hope we get him in, to be quite honest with you. I think it would really help us in playing a back three. If Michael Beale wants to go and do that, I think if he comes up here, he's going to be guaranteed game time, and I think that'll be the way to do it.
It's about Ashley. I know you were last couple of episodes you've been going on about us playing the back three. I mean, there's no chance he takes Goldson's spot. And his brother's been playing fantastically well for us, so I mean, it's going to be a fight to obviously just get the jersey and start for us. So a back three, that's obviously something you've been going on about. That's what you would go to, aye?
I think it will complement us quite well. As I say, if we're not going to be playing with wide men really that often, having Barisic and Tavernier as kind of wing backs is going to be so much better. It will take the onus off Tavernier a wee bit for his defending and Barisic. And obviously you've got the three centre halves in there. I think he's about 6'5" and also he's an absolute unit. As you say, Goldson and Souttar have obviously had a good start to the season, so it would be nice to add another really proper defender in there. I feel like that's where we kind of lacked in terms of our options. And in previous years, obviously, look at Ben Davies. There's been murmurings about Stoke City being in for him. He apparently wants to stay and fight for his place, mate. Just go, like just please. I want to get Souttar in. So we'll see how this one goes. It could end up in the window and we don't really bring MD in. There's not been any sort of concrete sources that have said, look, this is going to be happening, and it's not. It's kind of just been in amongst the club. People have saying it's happening. People saying either they've got their eye on him. So you kind of just need to wait. I think this might be a deadline day kind of deal, if anything.
You would take it, but as I say, but it's to me this deal personally it rides on Ben Davies and him leaving. Which, bro, please, for your own state of mind and for us as fans, please. Let's be going there. You know, Championship football's not that bad. But get the big man in, get him up the road. As you say, the size of him, good God. And as you say, he had a fantastic World Cup. It obviously got him his move to Leicester in the first place. So it'd be nice to have him. I like the idea of going to the back three as well. I know you said Barisic there. I don't know about for the full season there, mate. I know he's had a couple of decent games there. I know people have been back to their all. Barisic is decent, but this is what Barisic does, and he's going to let you down. I'm telling you, he'll let you down, and I'm not going to say when, but he'll let you down. I know he will. I mean, I'd like another right back, and I don't mind the Sterling what have you, but I don't know if he's quite ready to be competing fully with Tava, as I say, maybe as the season goes on. But just if you're playing with a back three, I'd like a bit of a usefulness in there. Obviously the experience that Tav and Barisic have for us, but I don't know. I look at the two of them, and I don't want to be like an ageist kind of comment here, but I just think to myself, watching them the last couple of games, they both have struggled when it is either going forward or coming back. Do you know what I mean? I've been watching Barisic, as I say, in the Champions League games and what have you at home, and obviously the energy he uses to go forward and then the energy to come back, you can tell the guy's shot half the time when he runs. But hopefully Yilmaz comes back. That's the main thing for me. But I'm telling you, watch, because as these comments will come to truth, Jack. The boy will let you down. He has been decent. I'll even say that. I'm no his, you know it. Everyone knows who listens. I'm not his biggest fan, but he has been decent. He's he's put the shift in, unlike Tav for me, all right, scored a decent goal, but he's still, so far, he's just not been impressive at all. But playing me a back three, I like that idea, mate.
Nah, and obviously the full backs have been kind of up for debate for a while. We've got Ridvan Yilmaz and got Sterling kind of to get his opportunity as well. So I think if we wait and see kind of how that develops, if we even get this guy in, it'd be an option to look at. But the main thing to look at is obviously the PSV game, which comes up tomorrow. Obviously, there was a massive night at Ibrox last week. You're kind of sitting there with your hands in your head for the majority of the 45 minutes, sorry. And then Abdallah Sima just comes out of nowhere after struggling to play football for the first half and just produces a worldie a goal into the top corner. It was a weird night, this one. Obviously, everybody's up for it. Everybody's looking to go and beat PSV again, because I think people have seen PSV now in the media again this week talking about this game and just really not giving us any credit at all. We're better than Rangers. Rangers don't play good football, stuff like that. And they've failed to beat us in, 3 games over the past year. We've played this team 3 times over the past year and they've not beat us once. So obviously it's all to play for the Mora. It's a final. You get a massive prize for obviously winning this game. The exposure, the riches, the possible ties that you get to play in the Champions League. It's going to be absolutely massive for any team that gets it. But I believe we are well equipped to go there and go and do a job on PSV. I think I saw moments in that game last week where when we had the confidence and we had the crowd kind of riding with us a wee bit, we created good moments in the game. We obviously defended really well to keep them out. I thought they had a majority of the ball in the first half, but didn't really do much with it. They obviously looked really pacey and they looked really direct when they got the ball to Lang and Bakayoko. Obviously, had a good chance just before Sima had scored. First couple of minutes, they had a shot for far. Butland kind of spilled it and then gained it again. So we were kind of lucky, to be fair, to go in 1-0 at half time, but they didn't really create so many opportunities. It was like, they were so far better than you.
No, they didn't, mate. As you say, first half was, I don't really know, you know what I mean? The story of 2 halves for me with this game. I was questioning why we sold Fashion Sakala in the first half. I was thinking to myself, why we let him go. As you say, Suma pulls out a top quality goal. They did have, as you say, a lot of the ball, didn't really do much with it. And I didn't think we were in special first half. I thought we would have come out with a bit more. But as you say, they had large possession. But second half, mate, was a different story, different game for me. And your boy's cooking, Jack. Your boy was letting them know after putting the ball in the net what his name is. So I was obviously happy for him. And obviously that shot at the end there, if he had scored that, Jesus, my God, the celebrations in Ibrox if he'd done that. And I'm the same as you. I'm sick and tired of this disrespect for the Dutch when it comes to us. They're absolutely, honestly, I'm sick of it. Obviously, as you say, played us 3 times coming up for this game. Didn't beat us. The disrespect that was shown to my boy Calvin Bassey by all these Dutch pundits and all. I'm no fan of Dutch
They're
football.
an arrogant bunch. They are a very arrogant team.
Bunch of bastards. I'll say it here. Do you know what I mean? I obviously put the kids away, but no, I've not got any time for them at all. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. Just a wee bit of respect there. Do you know what I mean? We're always showing respect to Dutch football. We've had quality Dutch footballers come play at our club. You know what I mean? Quality managers as well. And just for the fact that they're not willing to turn around and say, you know what, Rangers are a decent side. We can't play football. That was a quote I seen. Can he play football? All right, pal. Do you see some of the football we played the last time we played in the goal we popped in the net? Do you see the football we played for the second goal and we popped in the net there? And as I say, I'll always sing for my boy Calvin Bassey when I get that move. Happy when we get the money. Devastated that he's gone. He left, but he's in a better place now in Fulham. But I just have no time for Dutch football whatsoever.
That's what's kind of firing me up a wee bit more to go and get the result, Lamora, because obviously I've said before that I wouldn't be obviously displeased if we didn't go and qualify for the Champions League. Still think we've got a good platform for the Europa League, but you're here now and you're like, I'm all in. You're all in. You have to go for it, and I think as I say, we're in a good position to go and do that. And it's all about shutting these Dutch people up. It's all about shutting everybody around PSV up about how good we can be. So I hope we go there tomorrow and we're resilient. And obviously we're going to have to soak up a good amount of pressure, I believe. But it's all about taking the chances when we get them. Obviously we got them and we took them last week. We probably could have took a couple of more. Obviously, Danilo, Sam Lammers, Matondo's strike at the end of the game. So there was moments in the game we could have went away with a victory. Obviously, their equaliser is again preventable. He's put it through. I think I can't remember if it was Raskin's legs, and obviously Sangare sticks in the net. We obviously then go 2-1 up, and then I think the equaliser for 2 each is a bit of a poor one.
I think both goals were really poor to lose personally, and I know Raskin sees the danger and he thinks he's thinking, but somebody's got to cover him at all. I don't know why Cifuentes isn't. He was rugger for the game for me. He wasn't in the game at all, but he's got to be looking there as well. There's nobody nearby. Do you know what I mean? So surely that goal for me is preventable, and then Suter just getting. I'm not a fan of that. That's what I'm on about. Bring your brother up, bro. 6-footer at the back. Let's go. But the man on the screen there, Jack, obviously for the opposition there, he was top quality, and as we've been talking about, and you were left the stadium talking about, got all these teams spending ridiculous amounts of money on players that play obviously in my boy's position here. You know what I mean? When you could easily probably go and get him. How is he still playing for PSV?
Nah, he just looked like an absolute Rolls Royce, effortless kind of whatever he done, and that's the kind of golf in class. If you say between, obviously they've got really good players that can hurt you, and they've got good players that can control the game like Sangare, but. So we went there last year. We played Sands at centre half, by the way, and we won the game. So we can definitely go and take it to PSV. It's all about creating opportunities. It's all about taking chances and obviously defending well. That was the team that started the game last week. I don't think it will be much changed, as Michael Beale said in his press conference. Says it's going to be kind of roughly around the same lines. You could say Dessler's obviously done brilliant for the 2 goals, but out with that, again, you're still looking for more. Sima, again, some nice moments, obviously fantastic goal, kind of looking for more with the ball. Cantwell, as we were kind of briefly touching on before then, we were right in front. He made a challenge where he just didn't have to make, and he could have came out at heart, he could have came out with a card. I just felt like he was kind of playing up to the fans a wee bit with that one and kind of not focusing on what he was actually doing on the pitch. That was maybe something that I could get to for the game last week. Cantwell maybe looking for the fan reaction more than his performance at times. I still thought he was really good for the second goal. I thought he was brilliant. Obviously, ditting over the PSV player and then sliding into Dessers to Matondo. He done really well for that. He had some good moments. You can clearly see he's made to play at this level, but there's a couple of moments in the game I thought, mate, wait, why?
I mean, I agree with that, mate. I sometimes just playing up to the fans a bit too much, and I'd like you just to focus on the task at hand. Tomorrow night is a night where I want a player like that to shine. I want him to turn around tomorrow and just put a top performance in, as you say, because I do feel like at times he is a bit too, obviously, to the fans, but you get it. Do you know what I mean? You understand. I just think he's a really great guy. Do you know what I mean? I was about to say a sweetheart there, but he's a lovely guy. Do you know what I mean? Even his comments after the game for me were fantastic. But I just want to see him play football now. For me, the only real change I'm really making probably is, I can't believe I'm saying it, Jack, but I'm bringing John Lundstram in for this game. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I know.
Honestly, I just think the Cifuentes didn't really offer anything in this game. I thought he looked lost at times. I didn't think he was in it at all. For me personally, but I can't believe I've said that. John Lundstram to start over the player we were all desperate to get in, and obviously for this window we were all chomping at the bit. When's he signing? When he's signing? And we're all sitting here now going, by the way, I think I'd play John Lundstram tomorrow night.
Well, this is team. I'm still taking Cifuentes. I think it could be a toss up between Raskin or Lundstram, no, Jack or Lundstram. Sorry. I think the back 5 will stay the same. Again, as I say, Raskin will be a nailed on starter. Jack or Lundstram, you can kind of take or leave each one of them. I think Cifuentes, obviously, I don't think he'll play as advanced in the image there. It's just the formation I can use, but I think as a flat kind of 3. Obviously, when we can break forward, I think him and Raskin will kind of be the running 8s for us, and then Cantwell, Matondo. There's a toss up between if Matondo or Sima will play or Lammers will play. Obviously, he's had history playing with PSV. Dessler's obviously leading the line. There's obviously that talk as well. Does he start the game? Is he done enough in front of goal? No. Has he done enough out with, obviously, in his all-round game. I think he's done well in terms of his work rate and kind of he's off the ball stuff. But I need to be seeing goals. I need this guy to go and start winning his games. Matondo's obviously on red hot form at the moment. Do you kind of take in his confidence to go and run at PSV and use that pace? I think it's going to be absolutely vital, whether it is him or Sima that do that. And I personally feel more comfortable with Matondo starting the game. But there's always that added thing. You want to stay in the game for the full 90 minutes and kind of use your opportunities. Do you kind of leave Matondo for a sub? It's an interesting lineup. He said there'll not be too much change, but I expect there to maybe be a couple.
And everything that you said there, and you didn't mention, obviously, the player that came in for the big fee, my Brazilian Donny, which is quite interesting to me, man. I'm not expecting the guy to come in, hit the ground running, but I was expecting a bit more. As you say, obviously, that chance last week, he's got to bury that. Also, we're talking, obviously, about Lammers as well, but for me, his chance, he's got to put that in the net, and that's where somebody like my boy Kemar Roof maybe does. Matondo, I think you've got to start him for me personally. I think you've got to use the pace. I wouldn't mind him, Dessers, and maybe Sima playing. But it's interesting the options that we've got there, and it goes back to the point as Michael Beale says, nobody's really guaranteed starting position. So it's an interesting lineup that you could pick. For me, get a win. Just get the win. We can give it right to these Dutch bastards. I've had enough of these cunts. Really have. I can't take them anymore. Honestly, you'll be sitting there and you'll be obviously buzzing, obviously for the last time as well. But I just really feel like they're going to throw everything at the game. I think for us, it's important we stay patient and we take our chances when we get them. I think we go over there and we give them a game. As you say, I don't think they're a really special side personally. I think they've got some individual quality in their team, which obviously are leaving and what have you. They've just brought that Mexican Donny in as well, and we all remember for the World Cup. But I just really think they're not that special, and I think if we fully play our potential, we can go over there, give them a game, and hopefully come away with a win, and then look forward to the Champions League draw.
Nah, we can't afford to lose an early goal. That's what I said. Is immediately after I came out the stadium last week, I was like, I'm fearing obviously the way we start games. Obviously, Servette is a one off the top of my head. Obviously, for the pass round, we concede a goal straight away, and it kind of puts you up against it. We obviously came through that tie. We a bit of class with Tavernier, but you really want to be going into this game, and you want to be keeping it, obviously going winning the game as quickly as you can, but keeping it as level, as compact, as much of an open game as you can. You don't want to obviously lose an early goal and then they go and kind of pile it on you. So it's going to be massive. It's a massive night for Michael Beale. Obviously, we've seen what he done with the team last week. He done well. I'm starting to see a bit more of what we're actually trying to do here. Competing with a team like PSV and obviously taking the two chances and getting in a good position is great, but we need to keep the back door shut, and we need the front players to be firing. It's as simple as that. We need everybody to be on it to get through.
We need everyone to be on it for obviously this game and when we talk about the next game. But this is a massive 2 games for Michael Beale. And as I say, you're just hoping the Chuckle brothers, Jack, as I like to call them, Tav and Barisic, don't have a slip-up night. You're referring to obviously the last European away game. Shocker. Absolutely shocker. I just hope game face on. Let's mean business here and get the result, as I say. But I just feel we have to be patient and take our chances when we get them. And that's why I think players like Rabbi Matondo are going to be key in this game.
Nah, it's just you've seen how big his impact was last week when he came off the bench. I mean, obviously great goal, and then obviously I think he had a kind of tricky one in the box where he got by a few, and he's got that in him, and it's just nice to see that he's finally shown what he can do with a bit of confidence, with a bit of belief for the manager and the squad, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. You think about Rabbi Matondo for last season. I don't think the chance obviously he got for the Ross County game where obviously could have squared it, but he thought, no, what, I'm going to have a dig. Rabbi doesn't do that last season for me. It probably goes out wide, or you know what I mean. He gets frustrated at himself. The boy's playing with confidence at the moment, and you've got to play him. For me, you know, that's a lot of still, do you know what I mean? But you've just got to play him. For me,
yeah, and you say in the weekend's game as well, I think it's going to be key for pace as well. Obviously, we'll try and do a podcast on that if we can beforehand. But it's going to be a massive week, as we said at the very start of the episode. It's literally going to tell us where we are going into now. The kind of honeymoon period's over. You're going to be obviously picking what European competition you're in. The team will be set, and you go into your first Old Firm game of the season, which again always kind of sets and paves the way,
On-
if you like, for what's to come. So it's massive for this squad to get through this week with 2 victories and a healthy squad and a stronger squad than you kind of have at the start of the window. So I believe I'm here. I'm into it. I'm looking forward to
Even
what's
though
to come. But aye, that's kind of all for me personally.
no, it's the same for myself, mate. I just hope we turn around, we can actually give this team a right good go. Also, try and do the best to get another episode out previewing beforehand. But this is business time, Donnies. This is where you all step up and show why you were brought to the club, and obviously determines where we go. So I looking forward to it, mate. Also bricking it, but I looking forward to it.
Nah, and we'll hopefully see you with another episode, obviously previewing the Old Firm game. If not, we'll be back next week looking at that Old Firm game and looking where we are after the transfer window slam shut as well. So we'll see you then.